Okay, no idea what that's going to. I hope it's coming out okay, I hope the volume's coming okay. I'm going to turn the second camera on now so that I know that it's on, because I keep forgetting it. Come on, stupid fingers. Right, you working? Yeah, where are you pointing to? I don't know where that's pointing to. I'll be in shot, or I won't. I'm the least important thing in this. Hi, I just wanted to share something with you. Indulge me. Or piss off and do something else. I'm easy either way. I'd rather you stayed though. This is genuine. Well, I don't know where to begin here. I've been trying to get my affairs in order, having been ripped off by the third solicitor in a row, who, after finally getting my latest will back for them, I thought it was strange when he wouldn't let anyone be present. When he read it out to me, only had 3 things in it. Leaving everything to my children at 18, payout at 20, the remainder of my estate, and then something else. And the something else was missing when I finally, after all these months, got it. Anyway, I was broke. There's nothing solicitors in England love more. So, you got dementia, you got terminal bowler palsy, progressive motor neurological disease, and, let me get this straight, your only next of kin are 9 and 10 years old. Ka-ching! So I was searching around anyway, because I am dying. There's a charity website, and they fixed me up with a charity will from Goodwill, which is, you know, a kind of I mean, you know, it's not goodwill, it's goodwill. And they were going to do a free will. You probably can't see this, and I can't walk over there. But anyway, if you can see this, so here you go. It's a genuine thing. 40 minutes I waited for them to call. I texted them back, and again, I thought it was funny this morning when they didn't text back to double confirm that the appointment was going to be 6 o'clock. I got a text message, as you've just read it there. Well, I don't intend to make any response until I get to my desk at 6 p.m. So I text back. Okay, Kim, thank you. I'll be ready at 6 o'clock. Do you need all the details of my children's address? Because I'm not entirely sure where they're living to at the moment. So that's England for you. It's a lousy country. I just spent about half an hour trying to find the lyrics. And that made me think, you know what, I'm not going to do any electric tonight. Or you people like me doing my ranty electric songs, don't you? I mean, I don't remember if back in 1982 when I was like that, you know, whether people, when I was playing that stuff, whether people said, hey, play some soft acoustic stuff. Anyway. But that's England for you, you know. There's just nowhere. Do you want to see another text? I'll show you another one. This is a genuine text. I swear this is true. Well, I mean, why wouldn't you believe me? But here you are. Shush! I really am not in the mood today. This came through at 5:10. Can you read this? You can pause it, so I only need to hold it up for a little bit, yeah? See, that's the white one. The green ones are the ones that I sent. Goodness me. Stop that! What the hell is up here? I'm not made out of metal. Stone, maybe. And that is a text from my social worker. Hi Paul, thanks for reply. Just to confirm that Sourcing Care, brackets, our team that specialises in care providers, have stopped your end-of-life care as it is believed that your property needs decluttering first. Genuine email. Social worker. They've stopped my end-of-life care because my house is a bit untidy. Yes, I know you can see me standing up, but I'm held up by leg braces here. This is the bits you need to look at, the fact that all my body is turned to water. Follow the email. See, that should be muscle. That's not fat. This isn't gut. This is my intestines, because the stomach muscles are turned to water. That's what death is in this country. This is England. The landed charity, huh? And so this is why I do ask you on my videos, I've only asked it subtly, but please, if you have any money, if you could please make a donation to my children, I would be very grateful. And they're going to need it, because, well, what more do I need to tell you, you know? And if you don't want to make a donation to my poor impoverished children, well, fuck you. Maybe one day you'll be on the very edge of the tether and everyone will turn their back on you and spit on you as you lie there dying after 45 years of being an ex-serviceman and paying tax and trying to write songs to right wrongs for people and making people laugh at your stand-up act. 21 months I've been waiting for my wheelchair. 21 months. Again, I'm sure you don't believe me. Whoa, that probably faded. There you go. There's the appointment card from the GP when he made the referral. Mr. Murphy needs a wheelchair due to him having progressive bowel palsy, multi-neurological disease, and that is dated, actually I've read it wrong, it's the 23rd of the 7th of 21, September 2023 now. This is England, huh? All you people, I'm addressing this mainly, there's a randy waffly here, for the people overseas, because my overseas guys, and you really are wonderful, and thank you so much for the donation last week, Sarah. God bless you. I mean, my warm sincerity. They don't believe me in America, and even in my India, I have a lot of viewers in India. And one in Pakistan, they just don't believe me, but it's true. You can see it for yourself, you know, this is a fourth world country. But just look at it this week, you know, hospitals. This very week alone, it's turned out, there's a thing on all the news, and 30% of female hospital staff have reported assaults, sexual assaults, bullying and rape by their male colleagues, i.e. by male doctors, male ambulance drivers. 30%. Do the math, that's 3 out of 10. Think of the last time, if you're in England, you were in a hospital ward, or anywhere in the world. Think about a hospital ward where you go into the reception and think about all the ladies you see there, and you might see 10 nurses, and then make the mental figure. In England, 3 of those would have been sexually assaulted, physically attacked, or raped by one of their male NHS colleagues. I don't know why people don't come forward, and then all of a sudden you get this big tranche come out, because, you know, the whispers of it going on for a long time. And while I do feel genuinely sorry for all those ladies, genuinely sorry for them, what's happened there? I also feel, now the television's broken down, I also feel genuinely sorry because whatever your reasons for keeping silent are, ladies, the fact is you knew that those people were still staying, they had unconscious female patients at their mercy, you know. So, for all those years. Anyone seen remote control units so I can get something going on behind me here? This is West Camel for you folks. I don't know what's going on now, let's just go to that one. Normally I like to have pictures of my children behind me, but that's a sad reminder of what's going to happen to me and what's going to happen to them when it happens to me. I better put some glasses on. Luckily when I wrote this one, I wrote it nice and big. I don't know how to do this. Do I want to do this in my ranty rant voice? Or you all want me to have an aneurysm, don't you? I thought it said analism the first time. I thought, not even for a donation, folks. Okay, as ye sow, so shall ye reap. All the songs I've written this year, again, this is true. I wanted to play this one. I wrote this about child abuse, but then it became a wider song. And I was looking for the lyrics, and all the lyrics of all the songs I've written this year are there, ready to be sent off to the guy in America. And all but one. And which was the one that was missing? Correct. The one I wanted to sing. I'm not tuning the guitar. That's some guy went, your guitar's out of tune. Says who? Your freaking head is out of tune. I tuned it how I wanted it to sound. If you're saying that it's out of tune with a tuner, that's fine. It's the Mozart thing, you know. All the notes are there in the right order. Well, all the tunings are there, not necessarily in the right pitch. It was how I wanted to sing it to match my voice that day, and I'll up tune it or down tune it. I mean, as a guy, you know, just you got nothing else to do. You think I was out of tune on that song, you're going to be a very busy little boy, because you're going to have to write to Neil Young, because Neil Young uses even weirder tunings than I do, open tunings than I do. So you need to write to him, though, just about every song he ever sung. As ye sow, so shall ye reap in the key of E. There's something in your soul that makes even the devil shudder. There's venom and there's vitriol in every syllable you utter. I don't know how you wake up, let alone why you sleep. Remember this though, as ye sow, so shall ye reap. You revel in putrescence and slake your thirst in innocence tears. Your unholy essence has shadow-drenched their years. But I will pull them free from you, and safe I shall them keep. And know that as ye sow, so shall ye reap. What pure pleasure do you get, inflicting pain on all you view? Salome herself would balk at all the twisted things you do. You gloat with arcane eyes as you make the children weep. Always know that as ye sow, so shall ye reap. Justice should come calling the good, balance up the scales. On that day your bed will be unmade, your screams of mercy will be to no avail. You'll not escape the pit you've dug, you've made its walls too steep. It's foretold that as ye sow, so shall ye reap. Every insult that you hurl, you gloat below to see them hit. Your skull and crossbone, flag unfurled, your hatred hand blows that never quit. Do you think they will forgive you, that you won't know defeat? Naive fool, as ye sow, so shall ye reap. Can you escape to that your infamy will not follow? When you land upon the stand, your excuses none shall swallow. Where you start is where you'll end, the circle shall be complete. Hades hound, as ye sow, so shall ye reap. that's it. I wrote that song about an incident of child abuse that I witnessed. But I wanted to do that one because it extends out, it extends out to all abusers, because I wrote it that way, so I put other bits in there. Because I was saying to the care this morning, my care was authorised on the 15th of February 2022, and it is now September 2023. So the GP called them July 2021. They came out to assess me on the 7th of February 2022. On the 15th of February 22, they said to me, yes, you're severely impacted. The case is, what the GP said to me, we need to get your care started now. I said, how's this disease going to progress, Well, it's progressive. Okay, what does that mean? You look it up and it's a posh NHS word for terminal. You're going to waste away to nothing and you're going to die. And very soon. Okay. And he said, we can't come up, but we can extend your life if we get the care in place, conserve the muscles as much as possible. We'll get neurological physiotherapy and we'll concentrate specifically on the nerves, to keep the nerves alive for as long as possible, to keep the mind alert, to ward off the dementia. It never happened. Well, obviously it still hadn't happened to today, I got iller and iller and iller, and then when my intestines started breaking down, I was rushed into hospital. I was found in a coma on was it the 8th or the 4th of July. I'm a Yankee Doodle handy doodling all day long. Well, when I was a teenager, and I was in hospital for 4 or 5 weeks, and they said, when you go out, we're not going to let you out till your care's in place. And that was true. They didn't. What they didn't say was the care was going to piss off after a week. And I said, well, and they told me on the day. They came at 10 o'clock on the Friday. And they gave me a 2-month out-of-date yogurt. The video of this taken from the house CCTV is actually online somewhere. I think it's in my private Patreon channel. I think you have to pay $5 to view it. But it doesn't go to me because of my children. And they said, we're not coming back. Okay, well, how's that? Well, you got to apply for your adult care. Well, I thought you were doing that. No, we don't do that. No, we're the NHS. So then the dietitian, my intestines, is a wonderful dietitian, a true NHS hero. And my intestines started breaking down. Couldn't digest food anymore. Camera number 2 has just decided to stop recording. I don't blame you. Bye-bye, miss you. But thank you for your patience. And she put another referral. That was August 2022. And once again, after a month, a social worker and a care authoriser came out. Oh yes, you need care, or you're certified social worker. I didn't hear from them for 6 weeks, and then I got an email saying, because the dietitian said, look, he's been struck off by his GP because he's launched negligence proceedings. And the GP's just stummed everything up, so he's struck him off so he can't get access to his medical records. Ergo, he can't, because I'm supposed to have these NHS supplement drinks, which is like a whole meal and a tiny little thing like this, given to people. Because April 2022, April the 18th, 2022, I was due to have a feeding tube put in. Naive me, I thought it went in the mouth. I'm all gowned and shaved in the hospital, and the doctor comes in and he says, cancer, I'm not going to proceed with the procedure. Oh, okay, why is that? Well, because you don't have any care, so we can't put the tube in because it will go septic and it will kill you. So they put that through. And then on the 26th of June this year, I had to call the police out. One of my ex-carers who had all my password numbers. Yeah, you can trust us. Charity workers, by the way. One social worker, one charity worker, and they've been trying to access, they've fleeced me for thousands. Bastards. And again, all from my children is my concern, because, you robbed me. No cash point machines in heaven, you're robbing my children. And that's why I had to close down my Patreon channel, because they were stalking me on that. Just watching every time I made a new posting, he's still alive, and then I didn't do any postings, I was ill, and I didn't do any postings for about a week on YouTube and Patreon. And then all of a sudden, one Friday evening, my emails just started lighting up. Someone is trying to access your bank account. Someone's trying to access your other bank account. Someone's trying to access your PayPal account. Did you authorize it? So anyway, the police saw how I was living and how bad it was, and they made an urgent referral. So, where am I going with this? I'm nearly there, folks. So this is why I sung this song. When you land upon the stand, your excuses none will swallow. So that is a GP, a hospital, a dietitian, NHS dietitian, and the police have all put in care referrals, chasing up my care. And 2 weeks ago they came out and they were in the house, Wisteria Care, and they said, his sinks, we can't reach his sink because his commode's in the way. Well, the commode is on wheels. So what you've got to do, wheel it out, fill the bottle of water, wheel it back. That was their excuse. I've just read it to you there. Your house is too untidy. Well, why is it too untidy? I would have had another 5 years maybe on the planet. But I paid for this service for 45 years. And now I'm paying for it all my life. And my children are paying for their future. So, I ask you again, please, there's a PayPal address there. Send a donation, however large, to my children. You're buying them their future, and cynicism aside, I'm really grateful to you. But where I was going with this, don't buy a house in England if you want my advice. No more than that. Because the question I'm always asked, the first thing they ask is, do you have any friends, i.e. can we get someone else to wipe your ass for you? Do you have any family? C point 1. And do you own your own house? I'm in social housing, I'm in charity house now. And if you own your own house, it's like, good, you can have your care start tomorrow, and we will take it out of the cost of recouping the house. But if you need social housing, social care rather, at your home, that you've paid for, it's not free. Everyone seems to think the NHS is free. Hear the whole sentence, free at point of use, okay? So you break a leg and you go in and they put a plaster cast on, they don't give you a bill there. But why would they? Because you paid in advance for that for 30 goddamn years. Okay? You've built the frickin' hospital and they give you 25 pence worth of plaster of Paris, The comedian, I was funny for half an hour in 1987 and nothing since, Ben Owen. Oh man, all mouth and suit. And he used to do this thing, well, I'm well off, but I wouldn't like to pay for a dose of chemotherapy. Well, most, tell it to the people who smoke. No one wants to pay for a course of chemotherapy. But then again, if we had a better cancer system in this country, and if people didn't smoke, you can see where I'm going with that, yeah? Now, if you're talking about children with cancer, they should be right at the top of the pile, and you should be knocking the doors down. The preceding text on that, by the way, says if I agreed to go into a hospital, then they would start my care straight away, and they would come in and they would sort the house out. But as I pointed out to them, if I go in a hospital purely because my house is a bit messy and you won't give me any care at home, that means some poor person with leukemia, with cancer, with a broken leg, anywhere you want to go with it, all the way down to hemorrhoids if you want to, can't get into a goddamn hospital bed because I'm sitting in there going, the house is a bit messy, and the care workers don't want to walk around things to get to me. I mean, if I can get from there to there on goddamn leg braces, crutches and a walking frame, I think two able-bodied people. So my point being, if you're in England, you can't count on England anymore. Why am I talking to you? Because you're not recording, it's nothing personal. So, you know, there's no point saving anything, and 7.5 million on the waiting list now. There's nothing. There's no hospitals, there's no adult social care. No one's even listening to the police force when they're reporting vulnerable adults. If you go into hospital, chances are that for every 10 nurses you meet, 3 of them are being or have been sexually assaulted. Okay? So look at all the male doctors who are coming around and touching you up and running their hands up. Actually, it's brought back something. I myself, and I videoed the call, before I got too ill to do anything, and this was when the BBC scandal about the neurology came out, and there were 2,000 cases, all been misdiagnosed, and then the doctor took early retirement and went to Jersey in his mansion, £1 million pension. And I do believe that the guy who's associated with the Lucy Letby case, infamous case in England, awful, tragic, and still not over yet. And those poor parents 10 years down the line, oh my God, oh my God. And he took early retirement, a 1.1 million pension. I mean, what I say is if you can find that they were negligent on, or they would have been, had it come to light, they would have been instantly dismissed on, I don't know, say the 15th of January 2016, but they weren't because it only came to light when the guilty verdict was reached a month ago. Take back their frickin' salary from then on in. You can prove that they shouldn't have been working for you since. Take it back and give it to them. Take his £1 million pension and donate it to the victims, for Christ's sake, you know? I completely forgot where I was going to there with the dementia. I mean, I'm sure it sounds like a rant, but I'm just telling you personal experience, you know? Yeah, so, well, you know, just be careful if you go into a hospital, yeah? Male or female. Okay, because I'm not quoting you a personal instance there, although I myself have been attacked, as those of you who've seen the video of it on Patreon. I think it's my biggest hit on video, that nurse attacking me in Yeovil Hospital, middle of a COVID pandemic, middle of a COVID ward, and she pulls her face mask down. You're pathetic, you're pathetic! And I'm there going, please, can you just leave me alone? You're pathetic! Screaming, spittle coming out. Oh, I'm that far away from her. And why? Because she just brought me in a bowl of soup and I refused to eat it. I said, what is it? And she said, it's a nice bowl of chicken soup. I said, I'm vegetarian. I said, well, why didn't you just come and ask me first? Instead, just come along, plonking the thing of soup down. I said, look, just forget it. I said, that was the first food they gave me in 3 days. Because they kept moving me from ward to ward, you know. Hospitals, social care, police force. None of it exists anymore. Anyway, that song is called As Ye Sow, So Shall Ye Reap. After 42 years of doing this stuff, I've come to the sad conclusion that songs don't change a thing. But if the message just gets through to one person. I've been Paul Murphy. I won't be for much longer. This is Dylan, 5 years ago, and this is Emily, 5 years ago, because I haven't seen them in years, and the person who they're with refuses to even send me a photograph. Well, and again, even there, shall I go on about that? Trying to get treatment, I've been trying to get someone treatment. Oh, that's going to tell about a Christian, wasn't it? this is a true story. There's a guy in America who now has the email and the corroborating photograph. I know a Christian. She's been a Christian for 40 plus years. She runs 3 of the biggest churches in Somerset. I've been reporting to her injuries to 2 children for months now. Regular injuries, severe injuries, abandonments, going hungry. And 2 days ago, I sent her another photograph, and I said, sorry, I'm late sending this email, but please, here's another photograph. Look at this injury to this young child's foot. Look at it. Band is that long on this young child's foot from the same source. So this is Christian, and I got an email back saying, I'm sorry to hear that. You're sorry to hear that? I mean, you know, I can only assume that King Herod was a Christian. If, you know, so I don't even trust the church anymore. And in case you're wondering, I did send the same photograph to a certain children's charity 3 days ago, saying that I need some help because these injuries keep happening. What can I do? I'm not going to be on the planet much longer. And they haven't answered. It's been 3 days now, and they've seen this hideous child's injury. If you've logged on to this video and you've watched all the way through to here, I bet you're wishing you'd never freaking well clicked on it. But if you have listened to this far, I'm very grateful to you. Be happy, be truthful, be loyal, be justice, be you.